Hi, this is Rosemarie Penner from the Unfinished Lesson, and this is another Quick Win series. In this particular series, we're taking a look at how to host fun online group lessons. If you haven't watched the previous videos, go down to the description below, pause this video, click one of those links, and make sure that you watch them. I've covered a lot in those videos, everything from the why and how we make online group lessons work, to performing, to getting active. So yeah, definitely watch those, then come back here, okay? In this particular video, we are going to take a look at friendly cooperation. It's a little play on friendly competition because in my studio, oftentimes competition often is tied in with cooperation. And I've mentioned this in the previous videos a little bit. So oftentimes when my students have friendly competition, maybe it's a practice challenge or maybe it's even within the group lesson itself, it's friendly cooperation to beat the teacher. I don't mind pitting my students against me because we know that it's all in fun. We know that it's nothing serious and that I'm actually cheering them on and I'm hoping that they win against me. So definitely it's something that you can incorporate into your online group lessons. And especially because it's a time of coming together, that friendly cooperation is huge in building studio community. And that's something that, again, we want to make sure we really build, especially in an online studio, because there isn't a chance of our students, for example, seeing each other, maybe in passing as they, enter our physical studio space, and then as they're leaving. So as I mentioned, you can have a student versus teacher approach, but it doesn't even necessarily have to be that it's a competition in that sense. Maybe you could focus on just the cooperation part of it. By having a focus on cooperation, you allow for multi-age and multi-level group lessons. As a parent, I appreciate it when the school or when extracurricular organizations that we work with or that we deal with, they make it easy for us in terms of scheduling. It can be, it's a lot at times trying to make sure that we know who's going to drop one of our kids off for this and who's going to be with this one. And, it's a scheduling, it's a puzzle. Let's put it that way. And we feel like that when we're scheduling our studios as well, right? When we have our weekly schedule. So let's make it easy on parents. If it's a multi-age, multi-level, then that means they can sign up both the kids at the same time. It means less family time for them, right? That it's not the parents are trying to get the kids signed in and entertain the other one while one has an online group lesson, and then they have to switch and do that later on in the week. Just let them come at the same time, right? If we have cooperation between our beginners and our, say, late elementary students, and you might even be able to do early intermediate, then all of a sudden, it means that our more advanced students, they can practice teaching some of the concepts, right? It means that our beginners, they have somebody that they can look up to and that they can try and emulate. And it just creates a really amazing relationship between the students, but also in terms of how they understand the material, how they understand concepts. It's great that we're teaching them, but it's also great if they can learn from other people as well. Now, one of the things that I really love is digital escape rooms for this particular type of approach. While we do lots of cooperation, digital escape rooms are an incredibly easy way for me to have all my students in the group lesson come together as a team. And so what this means is I will have my students, we listen to it, they know what they're listening for or what they need to answer. And then I get them to tell me as a group, what do you think the answer should be? Now, Instead of having all of my students physically answer, sometimes what I'll do is say option 1, option 2, option 3, right? And I will have them hold up their fingers, and then I just count how many 3s we have, how many 1s, how many 2s, and whichever one has the most number is the one that I'll enter in for them. But you can also do this as a way to have a conversation during those digital escape rooms. So oftentimes the digital escape rooms that I use, they have elements of like, what did you think of this song? Did you like it? Why or why not? And so then I ask the students, and I have each student share, and I actually type those in. The reason for that is it gives each student a chance to share their opinion, but it also means that they get a chance to hear not only did other students like the song or not like it, but what did they hear when they listened to it? Because when we listen to a song, we all hear something slightly different based on things we like, things we don't like, our past experience, and so many different things. And so, yeah, when we do this digital escape room or something else, maybe it's a different game, it allows students to really come together and cooperate together. It also means that we can make sure that things stay pretty lighthearted and fun. When we do digital escape rooms, I make sure that we do fun things like, okay, I want us to count down. So we're going to go 3, 2, 1. And then I hit submit for their answer. And we kind of hold our breath as the screen comes up and the clue is there. And we all cheer. It's just something fun that, especially if you have a younger group of students, they really, really love it. So, how can we make this work? How can we make this applicable to your studio? Well, one, if you're interested in any of the digital escape rooms that I use, I will include them in the description below. But also, before you go on with your incredible day, I'd like you to think about how can you add a little friendly competition or cooperation into your group lesson? How are you going to make the group a cohesive unit? Now, that sounds a little scary or overwhelming. It doesn't have to be complicated, right? It can be something as simple as, like I said, having students answer the questions together. It can be as simple as having them share their ideas and then getting them to kind of talk about what they like, about what other people have mentioned, or build on it. So what is a very simple way, easy for you, doesn't take a lot of admin time, that you can have students have a little friendly cooperation in your next group lesson? Let me know in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.